Muckers. Now, welcome back to the channel. If you are hoping to see this time a will it start or something like that, or me messing around with a tractor or dozer, this is a different type of video today. But we have got lots of will it starts coming up in the next few weeks and months. So we'll catch you on the next one. Now, if you're still here and you're watching this video, well, basically, look, this video was meant to be for the private chat group, for the likes of me, Peg, Matt from Diesel Creek and people like that. But as I was going through the footage, I just thought, do you know, I think it makes a really nice sort of insight to the people behind the camera. People obviously like Peg. And I thought, you know, I'm going to put together this video and share it with you. Because it just, as I said, it just shows another side of things. You're going to be humiliated. Go on. Go on, fatty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, to give you a bit of an insight into what it was all about, Peg obviously is up in Alberta, and he's got a follower right across the other side of the country. So from basically one side of Canada right across into the other. And yeah, he was chatting to the guy, and the young guy lost his father, and they were doing up a pickup, as far as I understand. And Peg was saying you need the Dana axle on the back, it's the better axle. And the guy was like, I'd love to have that. And Peg said, well, I got one here. But as I said, it's thousands of miles difference. And so the shipping cost would outweigh the cost of the axle. And when Peg went, I'll tell you what I'll do, as Peg does. I've got the axle on the vehicle. I'll just drive the vehicle to you and you can take the axle off.
What you talking about, Willis?
In the meantime of that, you know, happening, sort of there on the route, rather than there on the route, was the National Pike steam show and, you know, working event that Matt and, you know, Sam from Scrappy Industries. There was Mike from Dirt Perfect, Chris from Let's Dig 18, plus us. We were going over as well for that show. And Peg went, oh yeah, well, I'll just make a detour of a few thousand miles. So I think Peg ended up doing about a 4,500 mile trip in this old two-wheel drive Ford 7.3 IDI pickup to deliver this back axle, essentially, and some other driveline components. Now, I know. Anyway, Peg came down to Pennsylvania to the show, and we had sort of 3 days messing around together. The nice thing about that show, as you probably have seen, is that, you know, you can get up close and personal to the machinery and that. But in the evening, when the public have gone, you know, that's when the sort of fun begins. It's a party atmosphere. Now, there's a difference between drinking at a show in the evening and messing around with machinery, which happens at most shows. But there's a difference between drunks doing it, then I mean literally people getting absolutely hammered and then try to do something, which is just totally dangerous. But people having a few beers, and you know, just long as they're safe, and if you know, it's not a free for all. Look, long story short, just a bit of common sense, and yeah, that's what happened there, and that was the nice thing. It was, you know, those that wanted to get, you know, fairly into it just stayed and watched stuff. Those that they'd had a couple, you know, but were just messing about and only just sort of playing around, they did. Nobody was harmed in the making of this production is the bottom line of it, all right? It's just people using common sense. And it was really nice. It was, like I say, it's being back in the 70s and 80s and whatever. But anyway, this video, this is an insight to me and Peg just messing about and chatting about nothing and, yeah, things happening. So enjoy. pegs
Yes, sir.
last night,
Yeah.
and I'll put some footage up shortly. You decide. You look. You've gone from Alberta. You're taking this to where?
New Brunswick. It's one of the Newfoundlands.
Okay, so you're going to take it away, and you're giving it to one of your followers. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, how many miles is that going to be in total?
I think 4,500 miles. I think.
4,500 miles you've driven this piece of shit.
Well, it identifies as not a piece of shit.
It identifies as it, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got one spare wheel and tire. You had two more over there,
Yeah, those are dump tires.
but you don't need to worry about that because they are second-hand dump tires.
Exactly.
They were so bad that somebody decided to dump them,
Yeah.
but you decided to use them.
Hey,
But
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
of course.
Yeah.
But you've also brought a spare engine
And transmission.
and a transmission.
Yeah.
You got all of it there.
Yeah.
It's quite majestic.
It is.
So, last night, as I said, I'll put the footage on, but you had an incident. The incident was, fueled by...
No, I don't drink and drive. So
Of course, that was-
somebody stole my truck.
So somebody stole your truck last night.
Yeah. And they drove the fuck out of it.
Yeah, there was an incident last night, which may or may not have been fueled. And now Dom's having to fix all the back end back on there.
Left turn flag.
Now it's not going to make it home.
You go up a little bit. Up, other way.
Other way, you don't know how to do
Right there.
Right there?
We got the low.
Okay, you're like an inch off over.
Yeah, but you've got to factor in that the whole frame's twisted. So we're good. So in the UK, when we have a breakdown, we have some guy turn up in some either transit or a Vico van. He's got, been raped by the local snap-on dealer and whatever. But here in the States, service trucks. I mean, just look. How good is that? Here. With a crane. How good is that? We have shitty fucking vans. Why haven't we got service trucks?
It's the way she goes.
Oh, what a treat.
Wire in my leg.
A couple of beer cans, Ricky. I'm not an alcoholic, you are. There is a couple that aren't beer cans.
Yeah, there's the orange soda that I threw in there.
Yeah.
So, guys, this is obviously the morning after we were in the hotel having our pizza, and we're getting Peg's vehicle ready for the next leg. No pun intended.
remaining leg.
The remaining leg. There's the old 7.3 IDI.
Let me show you the how you hook up the. Well, this got jammed in here because of some asshole was jumping it. That's not mine.
No.
Yeah. And some asshole was jumping it, and it got the stuff all wedged in here. But this is how you hook up the inverter. So you,
Oh, you've got an inverter on there.
oh yes, from Princess Auto. It's a power
course.
fister.
Power fister.
Power fister.
Who sat there in that meeting and went, well, guys, we're going to rebrand our tool range. We've got Knucklehead. We've got, Strong Arm. Oh, there's another suggestion here from Dave down in storage. Yeah, Power Fister. That's
what they come up with.
I know.
Yeah. You know what it was, Muck?
What?
It was somebody that was afraid to say something to the guy because he was pretty high on the hog. And you're like, everybody in the board meeting, you're like, man, we shouldn't tell him.
Apparently, it was his brother-in-law came up with the suggestion. We can't tell him that. No, just go with it. We've even got the stickers already made up. Start putting them on this 18-volt impact. Sorry, Power Fister.
Power Fister. No, let's put the Power Fister logo on the reciprocating saw.
Yeah.
You gotta tighten the clamp up here.
Yeah.
And then you give it a twist. Man.
What have you got the torque setting to on that at the moment?
Oh, 180 metric Newton meters.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, that one as well. Yeah.
Oh, one for everything.
What you need is 2 of these and a piece of wire between them and do them simultaneously like that. Yeah, that'd be a real, that'd be a real treat. So you've got an inverter, you said, on this.
Yeah.
And what are you using the inverter for?
Well, it's a power fister inverter, so you got to charge up the toys for the truck, the toys for the guy driving the truck.
Yeah.
It'll do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you so you basically you haven't got a cigarette lighter?
It had, but I got to use that for my menthol slims.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, this is honestly, so it's a 2-wheel drive. What did you say? It's a 1980?
1990.
Oh, 90. Oh, it's a late one. 1990 Ford 2-wheel drive. It's got the crew cab on there. And do you know what this originally had? Just a normal bed on the back there.
Yeah, it would have matched the body line.
Okay, yeah, but they put a logger's box. I love those logger's box.
But in Alberta,
Yeah.
what you say is it's 2x4,
Yeah.
straight pipe roar,
Yeah.
primer and rust all over the door. It's a country song.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah. But so this is it. I mean, people have been signing it as well, as I said, because Peg's given this to one of his followers. Don't get any ideas. And then this is where he's living out the back of, which is always nice. Oh, I see so everybody, look, you got spare wheels and tires. What's in that box, Peg?
Spare power fister stuff.
Spare power fister. Then you got a spare engine.
Oh, this box here, this is the engine crane, the power fister.
Oh yeah, you got the
crane,
power fister engine crane, but we did have a bit of damage the other evening, which we're going to pull out once we get to
hold on.
Matt's. Yeah.
You see this little guy?
Yeah.
Wouldn't worry about that little guy.
No,
That little guy. No,
that's good. You don't need-
this is 4.5, 5 mil. It is 3/16.
Right. Okay.
And it's channeled, so it's for extra strength. And it actually ripped.
Oh yeah, it's
steel.
torn. It's actually torn that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't need to worry about that.
That's
so,
fine.
yeah. So there's engine crane and that in case you need to put the engine in.
I got a question for you, Muck.
Yeah.
People that were enjoying the ride in the back and the seat that is not pushed down.
Yeah.
Do you think they felt the gap closing up with the seat pushing?
Do you
forward?
know, I actually spoke to some of the participants of that evening.
Yes.
None of them knew what was happening. Funnily enough, us outside on the ground that we're filming, that was one of our biggest fears.
Yeah.
That was going to come forward and either join somebody or take the entire cab off like the ejection capsule on an F-111.
And which would be very easily done, being that the cab mounts are they used to could.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're in better shape now because you've got this part of the front there, all the front clip and everything where the engine is, pushing up against the screen at the front there, the windshield. And then you've got now this bit, which has tightened up. I think you're in better shape now and less chance of this section here under heavy braking fucking up and over.
You're right.
And ending on the bed of a fucking truck passing by.
And we did that for safety.
Yeah, that was done for safety.
Yeah, well, we know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Standing here and really looking, as you can get, like,
That's just nipped that up lovely.
What do you call that? Like,
well, that's what you'd call a. You got to be in there. You're probably 4 inches tighter now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like a compression fitting.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly what it is.
It was a 3-beer job welding that box on.
Oh yeah.
So it's got to be nice and tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And little features like this.
That was previously enjoyed by a shipping crate that hit the side of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that which is good.
Yeah.
Got these farm spec single rib tires, which is always nice. But there we are. So Peg has driven already how many miles, Peg?
3,200 miles.
3,200 miles, and you got another 1,400 to go?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We got this.
Yeah, I think you have. I think you're so near to the finishing line now, you may as well just give up. America.
Power fist.
Power fist? That is so bad. Fucking power fist. Who come up with that? Seriously.
Well, they probably won't believe you, actually.
Actually, no, they will. Look, hang on a minute. I can Power fist. Oh yeah, see? They actually called it power fist.
For Fox Creek.
feel this vehicle is safe for highway travel?
Yes, I do. Yes, I really do. I believe that. I know it's not pretty to look at, but it'll get you where you want to go.
So we're in the old Ford with Peg, and yeah, we're now heading up to Matt's. So just had two used, I say used, they're actually brand new but remoulded tyres put on this. It's as smooth as anything.
Ling long tires. Like this is the thing. If you riding on ling longs, no matter what happened in traffic, it's your fault.
Ah, just look at those. And there's more value in these remolds. Oh, they're warm. Oh, these remolds are so warm when they're turning to jelly. But don't worry about that. What are they called? Mastercraft. Ah, and they've got a lot of, there's some value there, look. There's some value there. So there we go, muckers. You know, what a guy, you know, got a heart of gold. And to deliver that truck to that lad, I personally, I don't know if what he's going to strip it out and use the parts. I wouldn't. That truck itself is an icon now. And I would find another axle from somewhere else because I wouldn't touch that truck. For what it's gone through, you know, that's living history. But it was a wonderful gesture of Peg to do that, and a wonderful experience. And don't forget, Peg has filmed the entire journey, so I cannot wait to see that journey. Because he rang me up and like, Muck, I'm going to try and go this way, that which is shorter, but somebody said I should come through like Montana and Wyoming and places like that, and you know, like Yellowstone Park. And I'm like, yeah, you should. And he was like, really? I went, yeah, if I was doing that journey, you know. He went, okay, I'll do that. And he did. I cannot wait to see that footage. Seriously, but anyway. I hope you enjoyed it. It was something different. As I said, it's a bit of an insight into more what happens behind the scenes. A lot of you don't, you know, you'll see what I produce, you'll see what Peg produces and whatever. But what you saw there was more like what happens when Peg and I chat, or Peg and I go and do something when he's over in the States and I'm there. And I think it was just nice to be able to share that with you anyway. So now, if you haven't seen my video of the show itself, I'll put a link in the description box below this video. Go and have a look, because I sort of nicked Matt's Jeep basically and went round the show. Listen to that old thing. How cool is that? Our old girl runs on steam. That is a proper steam shovel. How cool is that? If you haven't already seen it, as I said, the link will be in the description box below this this video, and you can go and watch my show video when I was actually there at the time. And there's tons of stuff to see. It is incredible. So there we go, muckers. Like I said, I hope that gave you a bit of an insight into what often happens behind the cameras and stuff you don't often see. And I just thought it was just a nice to capture that really on video. Anyway, even you got a mention in the US, you know, you're famous over there. Oh, yes, you are. Right, muckers. So, until the next one, do well.
At least he's only carving his name in the hood. At least he's not shooting at the truck.